Hello students, how are you all? Fine. So students, I am welcoming you all of you in the class 12th chemistry practical class. In my class 12th chemistry practical class, students, today we are going to discuss about the preparation of lyophilic as and lyophobic salts. So first of all, I give you explanation about what is the meaning of lyophilic as well as lyophobic salts. After that, we will see how this preparation of lyophilic and lyophobic salts can be done in the laboratory. Okay, so we will see the procedure, practical procedure of this preparation lyophilic and lyophobic salts. But first of all, we are going to discuss what is the meaning of this lyophilic as well as lyophobic salts. So students, you know that lyophilic salts, these are the salts in which the particles of the dispersed phase have strong affinity for the solvent. So whatever solvent we are using, towards that solvent the particles of the dispersed have very strong affinity. They are getting attracted towards that, towards the solvent. Such type of salts are known as lyophilic salts. Okay, so lyophilic, philic means having affinity, having attraction. Okay, now you know that if the water is the dispersion medium, then the salt is termed as hydrophilic. So if we are using water as the dispersion medium, at that time the salt is considered as hydrophilic salts. So you know that example for this lyophilic salts are, examples are starch, gelatin, agar-agar, etc. So these are the examples of the lyophilic salts. Now students, we are going to see what is the meaning of lyophobic salts. Now have you heard the word phobia? Phobia means you know very well. Okay, phobia means what? Type of fear, or we can say that try to repel. Okay, so let us see from the word phobia. Phobic is at the end of this lyophobic word. Okay, so let us see what is the meaning of this lyophobic salts. So you know that the salts in which the colloidal particles and solvent, colloidal particles as well as solvent interactions are either absent, or if present then that interactions are very weak. Such salts are called lyophilic salts. So if you talk about the interaction between colloidal particles or the solvent, then that interaction in the given salt is very weak, or it may be absent, totally absent. Okay, now you know that if in such salts, if the water is dispersion medium, then such type of salts is also known as hydrophobic salts. So hydro word stand for water. Examples are what? Examples are colloidal solution of metal. So if for any metal you consider the colloidal solution, then colloidal solution of any metal can be considered as lyophobic salts. Then what is this MXSY? That is metal sulfides. Metal sulfides are also the example of lyophobic salts. Then MXOYH, that is metal hydroxides. Metal hydroxides also fall in this category only, that is lyophobic salts. So students, we have understood what is the meaning of lyophilic salts as well as lyophobic salts. So students, you copy this, and we will within few minutes we will go in our chemistry lab. Okay, and we will see how these practicals can be done practically. Okay, so here we are going to see about the procedure of our chemistry lab. So students, you note down this definitions of lyophilic salts as well as lyophobic salts with example, and now we are going to move towards our chemistry practicals. How the practical can be conducted in the laboratory. That whole procedure we are going to see. So students, Okay, students. So now we are going to see about the preparation of lyophilic and lyophobic soils. So students, you can see the aim here, the preparation of lyophilic and lyophobic soils. Okay, so let us start with our discussion with animation. So students, see, first of all we have to do preparation of colloidal solution of starch. So one by one, this starch is we have seen that this starch is the example of lyophilic soils. So students, welcome to all of you in our chemistry lab of Nimesh Sharma. So see students, what is the material required here? All of you see what is the material required. So these are the material required for the preparation of the starch. Okay, you can see beaker, tripod stand, Bunsen burner, okay, mortar pestle, lots of beakers are there, tripod stand, Bunsen burner, all this. Then weighing balance, digital weighing balance is also there, sir. So all such type of materials are required, chemicals as well as apparatus are required in the lab. Now one by one we are going to see the preparation of soils. So students, you see procedure. So this is the digital weighing machine, students. You have to weigh the starch. Okay, nearly 1 gram starch is weighed, and this starch is now transferred to mortar pestle. Here it is grinded properly, mixed properly, and with the help of dropper, what you have to do, you have to take few drops of water. You have to mix few drops of water in it, and you have to mix it thoroughly to make proper paste like substance, paste of starch and water. Now with the help of spatula, you have to take 2 teaspoon of this paste in a 100 ml beaker. So 2 times you have taken. Now in one beaker, big beaker, you have to start heating water on the Bunsen burner in this way. Now you have to pour this paste of starch and water in this hot water and go on stirring it properly in this way. Now after heating for some time, you have to keep it for cooling. Stop heating and cooling for 10 minutes. Now you have to filter this. So make the cone of filter paper, arrange in this way the funnel, conical flask in this way, and take glass rod and you have to filter this solution. Now the solution which is coming in the conical flask, that is the filtrate, and that is the starch soil. So starch soil is prepared, students. Lyophilic soil, starch soil is prepared in this way. Now see, we will do dialysis of starch soil which is prepared containing. Now see, starch soil plus sodium chloride. So in this conical flask we have also added sodium chloride. Now see how we will do dialysis. So this is funnel and this is parchment membrane. So you have to fix parchment membrane in this way with funnel and tie with the thread tightly. Now this mixture, starch soil as well as sodium chloride, is poured in this parchment membrane bag. So this will get bulge just like balloon. This parchment membrane bag, it will bulge like balloon. Now you have to arrange it in this way, attach with the stand, and in this beaker in which there is water, you have to dip it in this way. So you have to dip the parchment membrane in this way for 30 minutes in water. Now here there will be the transfer, whatever particles are transferred or not, let us see. Now see, take few drops of this water in one test tube with the help of dropper. Transfer few drops in one test tube with the help of water. Students, we are going to check the water. Now see, first of all we are going to check it with the iodine solution. So take few drops of iodine solution in the same test tube containing those water. So now see, is there any observation here? No. Now again what you have to do, you have to use the another test tube. This was the test tube 1 and this is the test tube 2. Again you have to take few drops of this water in which dialysis is happening in second test tube. Pour those water drops in second test tube. Now second time you have to take silver nitrate. So take few drops of silver nitrate solution and add it in the second test tube in which you have taken just now water of dialysis. Okay, so add this silver nitrate. Now see students, what is happening, you got white curdy precipitate here. So white curdy precipitate, what does that indicate? The presence of impurity. That means the water is contaminated with some impurities of hardness, hard water. Now see, remove this and change the beaker with fresh water and keep this for 10 minutes. Now again do the same procedure of checking the water. Take few drops of water with a dropper, add it in first test tube, first empty test tube. Now again add silver nitrate solution in this first test tube, in this test tube. Okay, now do you observe any white precipitate here? No students. Here in second test tube we have observed when water and silver nitrate added, white precipitate you got because of the presence of impurity, but now here there is no impurity. What does that indicate? That dialysis process is used for the purification of water. So here what happened, from the dispersion medium the colloidal particles get interact. Now see preparation of colloidal solution of egg albumin. So welcome to chemistry lab of Nimish Sharma, and see these are the actually materials and apparatus required. Okay, so see what are the materials required here. So for egg albumin you can see here beaker with glass rod, egg is also present, egg, then beaker, other beaker, then 5% NaCl solution, aqueous brine solution, then filter paper cone, then conical flask, funnel, stand, all these are required. Now what you have to do students, procedure let us see. Now see, take this egg and break the egg and transfer its solution in a beaker. So you can see here transparent liquid jelly and yellow part is there. Only transfer the transparent liquid jelly, keep the yellow part as, here only. Now in this transparent yellow jelly, that should be added in 5% NaCl solution. Transparent jelly should be transferred in this 5% solution NaCl, then and keep it, stir it for 15 to 20 minutes. Stir it for 15 to 20 minutes. Yes. Now filter this by making this arrangement: conical flask, above that funnel, filter paper cone, glass rod, and this way you transfer the solution and it will get filter. Now the solution which is collected here in the conical flask, that is called filtrate. So this is the filtrate which is egg albumin sole. This is egg albumin sole prepared. Now next to preparation of colloidal solution, sole of gum. Now again welcome to chemistry lab of Nimish Sharma. Now see, these are the apparatus and materials required. Now let us see what is the materials required. The same you can see here. Here you will see 1 gram gum. 1 gram gum is kept here. Glass rod, beakers, 250 ml beaker, 100 ml beaker, then mortar pestle, water in a beaker, then tripod stand, wire gauze, Bunsen burner, okay, stand here, conical flask, funnel, everything is arranged here. So these are the requirements. Now see, let us see the procedure, what to do. Now see what you have to do. You have to take 1 gram of gum and you have to add it here You have to transfer it here in mortar pestle. 1 gram gum. You have to take few drops of water with the help of dropper, and you have to add it here in mortar pestle. In mortar pestle is actually used to grind and mix properly the two components. So grind and mix it properly. Now take 2 teaspoon of this mixture with the help of spatula in 100 ml beaker. Again you take with the help of spatula. This is spatula. Transfer it in 100 ml beaker. So in 100 ml beaker there are 2 spoon of spatula. You have to start heating water kept in the beaker. Nearly 100 ml water is started heating here in this way. Now you can see here properly the steam is coming out little bit. So you have to hot in such a way. Now you have to transfer this gum and water mixture in this and constantly stirring it. Keep heating for some time. Now allow it to cool. Stop heating and allow it to cool for 10 minutes. Now arrange in this way conical flask above that funnel, and in that filter paper cone above that glass rod, and transfer the beaker solution in this way to filter it. So do the filtration in this way. After filtration, the solution which is collected here in conical flask, that is called filtrate, and that is nothing else but gum sole prepared. So for preparation of all the soles in this way, finally filtration is required. Next is to prepare a colloidal solution of aluminium hydroxide, that is AlOH thrice sole. Metal hydroxide, so that is actually lyophobic sole. Students, aluminum hydroxide is lyophobic sole. So again, welcome to chemistry lab of Nimesh Sharma. So in this way the apparatus and materials are required. Now let us see what are the materials required here. So for that you can see here aluminum hydroxide is required, then all other stand, Bunsen burners, tripod stand, wire gauze, conical flask, beaker containing water, then again you can see here parchment membrane, funnel, conical flask, funnel, beaker, test tube with stand, funnel, thread, and all that is required. So these are the requirements, materials. Now let us see what is the procedure, how to perform this experiment. So here for lyophobic sole you have to arrange in this way. In round bottom flask you have to heat the water, and you have to arrange in this way conical flask, and then this way you have to collect the steam by inverting the conical flask in this way. Collect the steam, water vapor you have to collect. Then take 100 ml water with measuring cylinder, 100 ml water, and transfer that water in this conical flask in which the steam is collected in this way. Now start heating this conical flask. Now see, you have to keep ready this already. What? 2% aluminum chloride solution. 2% aluminum chloride solution. You have to take 2% aluminum chloride solution, 2 drops in this conical flask. Now you can see here white fumes are coming out. Now this is aluminum hydroxide sole. This is aluminum hydroxide sole prepared. This is hydrophobic or lyophobic we can say, because water is the dispersion medium here everywhere. So aluminum hydroxide sole, that is metal hydroxide sole, that is actually lyophobic sole. Now see, we are going to perform the dialysis here. So take funnel, attach parchment paper membrane in this way, tie it with the thread tightly, then transfer the sole, aluminum hydroxide sole so prepared. Just now whatever we prepared, transfer that sole in this membrane bag. This is membrane bag that is getting bulged here. Now you have to attach it in this, arrange in this way, in the stand, and you have to dip in the water of beaker for 30 minutes, students. 30 minutes you have to keep dipping it for 30 minutes, and you have to check this water in which we have dipped the membrane. You have to check this because here what is happening, the dispersion is happening. Now see, we are checking this water with the help of dropper. We have in first test tube we have added this water. This water is for checking. We are now going to add silver nitrate solution in those water drops. So in first test tube, silver nitrate solution, immediately you are getting curdy white precipitate. You can see here curdy white precipitate at the bottom, that is settled here. Now see, after 30 minutes, when we have kept there, after 30 minutes the dialysis will happen, and after 30 minutes what will happen, we will change the water. Now we are going to change the water, take the fresh water, again we will dip here. Now see what is happening, for 10 minutes we will dip here, 10 minutes. After 10 minutes we are going to check this water. Now you will see in the second test tube we will add this water, and again we will add here silver nitrate solution, AgNO3 solution. So adding here silver nitrate solution, AgNO3 solution. Now you see, is there any precipitate here, students? Is there any precipitate? No. There is no any precipitate. So what does that indicate? That purification happen here due to dialysis. Now next, to prepare a colloidal solution of ferric hydroxide solution. Ferric hydroxide. This is also, students, metal hydroxide. So this is also lyophobic sol. So again, welcome to all of you in the chemistry lab of Nimesh Sharma. So materials required, let us see. What is the materials required? These are the materials required, students. Ferric hydroxide. For ferric hydroxide we are taking here ferric chloride solution, FeCl3 solution we are taking here, and all the other apparatus just as it is what we have used for the stand, tripod stand, wire gauze, conical flask, measuring cylinder, beaker with water, ferric chloride solution, funnel and everything. Let us see the procedure what is there. Now see, students, again in the round bottom flask we have to heat water, and we have to arrange in this way, that is closed with the rubber cork, funnel, and between the funnel there is a glass rod, and here inverted conical flask. We are collecting here what? Steam. So collected steam in the conical flask, you have to add 100 ml water by measuring it with measuring cylinder. 100 ml water you have to add here in the conical flask where the steam is collected. Now you have to keep it for heating in this way. Now students, see, you have to previously you have to prepare 2% ferric chloride solution. So this should be previously prepared. 2% ferric chloride solution that you have to add here in this conical flask. So you can see here the change in the color, yellow color, and fumes are going out. Okay, cloudy fumes are going out. So this yellow color, you can see the color change as we have added ferric chloride solution, 2% ferric chloride solution. Now see, this is what ferric hydroxide sol prepared, that is lyophobic sol is prepared, students. Now what you have to do, again you have to do the dialysis of this. Again take funnel, take parchment membrane, fix it here, attach it here, tie it with the thread tightly. Now add or pour those solution, see ferric hydroxide sol which is prepared, pour that in this parchment membrane bag. So bag will get bulge here, just like balloon, it will bulge here. See, you can see here this parchment membrane bag is bulged here. Now again we will dip it in the beaker containing water in this way for 30 minutes, students. Again we have to dip it for 30 minutes. So timer start here, 30 minutes. Now students, again you have to check this water where the dialysis is going on. With the help of dropper, take few drops of this water and pour it in first test tube. Pour it in first test tube. Now in this test tube in which we have poured this water, add few drops of silver nitrate, AgNO3. Students, we actually use this silver nitrate to check the hardness of water, to check the impurity of water. So see, if white precipitate occur, it indicates the presence of impurity like chloride, sulfate, nitrate, all this type of impurities. So just now it shows that impurities is present here. Purification not happen completely. Now here see, dialysis happen, so all impurities is entering here. Now we are changing the beaker in another beaker with fresh water. We are keeping it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes again we are going to check this water, taking this water few drops and pouring it in second test tube. Again we will add few drops of silver nitrate solution in the second test tube. Now you see, students, there will no color change, no precipitation. You can see here the solution is clear, there is no precipitation. This indicates that now this water do not have any impurities. It is just like pure distilled water. So this way how dialysis do the purification. Now students, again to prepare a colloidal solution of arsenious sulfide. So again welcome to students Nimesh Sharma's chemistry lab. Now welcome to Nimesh Sharma's chemistry lab. So this type of apparatus are required. Now students, here you can see in arsenious sulfide what is required here. See, materials required, you will see this time you have the requirement of this Kipps apparatus also. You can see here at this corner, Kipps apparatus, then conical flask, then measuring cylinder, then arsenic oxide, okay, all this distilled water, beaker, conical flask, funnel, this way round bottom flask, funnel, glass rod, tripod stand, Bunsen burner. So here this time the procedure is long, student. This is somewhat typical but interesting. Let's see the procedure. So students, now see, take conical flask, invert it, and here you have to keep heating the water in a round bottom flask. Collect the steam of this water of round bottom flask in this way. So this is actually water we are heating, and we are collecting the steam of this water from the round bottom flask in this inverted conical flask. Now you have to add AS2O3, arsenious oxide, in this conical flask in which the steam was there. Now measure 100 ml water by measuring cylinder, 100 ml water, and add that 100 ml water in this conical flask which is having AS2O3, arsenious oxide. Now keep it for heating for some time. Put the glass rod here and continue stir it to dissolve the arsenious oxide in this water for a few minutes. Dissolve it completely. Now see, this is different type of filter paper, fluted filter paper, students. You have to use this fluted filter paper and make arrangement in this way to filter this solution. Collect the filtrate in this beaker. This is the filtrate, students. Now this beaker you have to bring here near keep separators from where the H2S gas are coming out. So in this way you have to collect the pure H2S gas. You have to pass pure H2S gas in this solution. Now see the color change. Pure H2S gas, hydrogen sulfide gas you are passing. Now you can see the color change here. The solution becomes yellow color. Solution becomes yellow color. So this color change should come. Students, this is keep separators. Now keep it for heating.